Hello and welcome back to Revival, a Dungeons and Dragons real play podcast. This is episode 40, and I don't know what kind of wacky shenanigans we're gonna get on
The
into
big
here.
4-0.
We spent the past 5 minutes listening to Aztec death whistles to kind of get in the right psyche.
Yeah, just constant screaming.
Yeah.
It's really nice to get that internal monologue out, and that's really what music is for. And I think the Aztec death whistle really helps accomplish that.
That's
just
how I
constant
feel.
screaming.
Every day, dealing with audio problems.
Every time Elias has to listen, whenever Michael has to listen to us try to do some kind of plan, it's just an Aztec death whistle screaming inside of his mind.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Hey guys, what if we did this crazy roundabout thing that is really stupid? Elias in character.
Fun.
Yeah,
That
sounds
is
great.
very roundabout and is also not actually cool. It's just just a lot of extra steps to not do anything.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Uh,
Nork. Can't
that's
blame
true.
me for this.
Yeah, you can't blame John for it. John is innocent. John is wholesome and pure.
John is a good boy.
True.
He ain't done
Sounds
nothing
of
wrong.
elves getting their fingers cut off in the background.
I
He
mean,
deserved
yeah,
it.
but
He had it coming.
So we gonna play D&D?
Yes.
Or?
yes.
Where the fuck are
so
we?
when we last left our quote unquote heroes, you bastards, you had recruited a gaggle of kobolds to work as the piranhas.
I thought we agreed that it was a Chevy of kobolds.
I thought we
I
were
don't
calling them a
think so.
situation of kobolds.
That's fine. But yeah, you got one school of kobolds to operate as piranhas to strip the land clean of anything shiny to make you some damn money so that you can fund your stupid expedition out west.
Yeah, Patton's gonna be in charge of dealing with that. I'm not dealing with that.
That sounds reasonable.
His
So-
idea, his responsibility. Keep him away from my students.
So, when we last left our heroes, they were only 20 miles away from Little Rock.
We
As
were
we
at the
make-
got
college.
distracted by a college.
Yeah, which is about 20 miles away from Little Rock. So, as you start to mosey on out of there, right?
Mhm.
Is there anything in particular that you are wanting to do or go towards that is not simply going back on the Oregon Trail?
I kind
Question.
of
So
want
I
to
wanted
talk to Baroth and Balak and get an interview with them. I have some questions.
All right,
I'm gonna saunter on over there to them.
you
Wait,
gotta
wait.
get ratings somehow.
Have we left the college yet? Because where
Have
are
you?
we? We're back on the road. That's what I was gonna say. Is because if we haven't left the college yet, I was gonna. If the place isn't in complete disarray, I was going to have my students check out the science labs and stuff, library for any sort of interesting books or lab equipment.
If you
that
remember,
I
we
can-
already said that
Yeah.
you did find that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
then we
asleep
already
right
did that.
now. You're having your
Yeah. No. He can be whatever the fuck he wants to be. But yeah,
But-
we did already say that yes, you were able to find a decent deal of research notes, some general biology books, things of that nature. Any sort of lab equipment that you would want that is reasonably non-complex. Things with too many moving parts or that are too sensitive are clearly broken. So you can have some, basic microscopes and stuff,
All right.
but nothing crazy.
Then, if that's the case, I'm going to just have me and my students start kobold proofing everything as best as we can.
Right. No, kobold proofing a car is very similar to baby proofing it.
Yeah, I
Basically,
know. I was
you don't
gonna
want to
say,
have any exposed wires. You
Foam on the
can't
corners.
have any loose panels. Yeah, foam on the corners. Bit of rubber on the sharp edges of tables.
they don't bump their little
Things
heads
like
into
that.
it.
They've each got their own special little helmets.
I mean, if you really wanted to make them the laughing stock of kobolds everywhere.
Please be patient. We have kobolds.
So what is the so what are the options for storing these kobolds here? Is Dr. Robo okay with us just kind of splitting her van into two
Hell
parts?
no. She's not okay
What
with
are,
it.
so
but
what are
it's-
the options that we have for actually keeping these corralled up in their little pen?
So, what you what you're gonna see is you got a lot of options. One, they're perfectly okay with just crawling on top of cars and buildings and things like that. You guys have your motorcycle, your van, or your SUV, Dr. Robo's van. You got a lot of vehicles in your convoy, and if you really wanted to, it would be fairly easy to go out and try and find a little trailer, you know? Like something to just strap on the back of one of the vehicles and haul off and have that be kobold quarters.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. Getting them their own trailer, letting them because the kobolds, they had like kind of ramshackle shacks attached to like the college walls, kind of outside in their living partially inside the college, partially in these shitty little houses, right?
Yes.
Because they could do that to the trailer. I don't really give. Patton doesn't give a shit. They can do whatever they want to live.
Yes. Also, the kobolds could very easily assemble a quick little trailer to just strap on the back of your guys' SUV, which is now.
I don't know if I want that. I mean, I'll look it over and make sure it's not going to, like, the axle's not going to snap 10 miles down the road.
Looking things over.
Yeah.
Listen, okay, John, which one of us knows the most about cars here, my man?
You know, I'm starting
So
to think that's maybe...
during the little background sequence there, you can see Patton and the kobolds running across the screen, in and out of scene carrying various things. Occasionally a kobold runs by with some form of comical mischief going on as Patton is having to corral them as they're making a trailer. One walks over
The way
with
I
a
corral
big...
them is I throw empty potion bottles at them because I restocked on my supply of chemical paraphernalia, like empty glass bottles. I'm just throwing them at them to corral them. If they displease me, I whip them in the back of the head with one.
But why are you such an asshole all of a sudden?
This is how I would know. Okay, kobolds learn through example. All right. If I want these guys to learn, they have to take after me.
What happened to you guys to make you like huge dicks all of a sudden?
I haven't been a dick to anybody.
I've seen some.
I'm not whipping
okay?
with the intent to harm, just with the intent to punish and correct their actions.
I see.
I
And
haven't
sometimes
been a
you just
dick
gotta-
to anybody, dude. I'm just here with my
Sometimes you
students.
just gotta do
like-
whatever it takes to make the ends meet. You don't know.
I don't know. This
I mean, I'll
seems-
tell you one thing: Patton's not a certified daycare specialist.
No, they aren't completely massively incompetent.
I know. I'm just saying. If I see one of them, like if I see them fighting over, some scrap, I'll whip a bottle at one of them. And like, hey, quit it. Play nice with your maybe brother. I'm not sure how kobolds work.
You people.
Right. So, as that's going on in the background, I guess, Matt, you were wanting to get an interview?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
That's just in the
All right.
background scene of the interview there.
All right. So, Veroth, is it?
Yeah.
Don't mind. I don't even know if he's the real doctor here. Don't mind Patton. He just he's eccentric. Anyway,
Understood.
I wanted to ask you some questions. I've never really gotten any interview from someone that works so closely with Red. I mean, besides us, of course.
Certainly. What would you like to know, sir?
How long you been working for the big guy?
Approximately 25 years.
Like Earth years or astral plane years? What are we talking?
25 years.
Okay. For my purposes, that would be okay.
There's no difference.
Okay.
A year
years,
is
my
a
dude.
year.
The year's a year. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think of John's congregation? What do you think of them?
He looks at you, kind of looks over at Balak. Balak is going to, bro, I don't think he's trying to test you here. I don't think he's trying to fish for a response. They're fine, man. It's whatever.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Have you ever heard any stories about Lazarus? Because, Red doesn't seem to think he's all there in the head, and I just want to know why he thinks that, if you would know.
Never talked about it, and I never asked about it.
Can I roll insight?
Mostly because I didn't know about it. Yes,
Oh.
sure.
Okay.
You can roll
Just
insight.
in case. Alright, so let's see what my bonus to that is. I don't think I have one. I gotta check real quick, because I barely ever do it.
The Gonzo
The
journalist
swarmy,
has no bonus
the
to
swarmy
insight.
Gonzo.
I wasn't able
Patton
to
has
train
a-
insight.
Patton has a fucking +7 in it.
No. It's because instead of he's not good at figuring out if somebody is lying to him because he's normally the one doing that.
Yeah. Okay, anyway.
He lies
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much he's not good
Yeah,
at telling if
exactly.
other people
So-
are lying.
So that's a 20 on insight in total.
In total,
Yeah.
nice. So from what you can tell, he's telling the truth.
Okay. Alright.
Like it doesn't seem like he actually knows much about it, but I mean, if you're looking at him, he does look a bit uncomfortable about talking about it.
About just like Lazarus in general.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just gonna pick up on that. You don't seem to be like very comfortable talking about this with me. Just straight up with it.
Look,
Go ahead.
Look, I've seen what that guy did there. He took a bullet straight to the chest. Whatever that is, it ain't normal. I'm just glad that it's on my side, but I don't want to think about it too hard.
What do you mean he took a bullet straight to the chest? I haven't heard about this.
Were you not?
I think he's talking about John.
Oh, John.
Yeah, in
Oh,
the last fight.
Lazarus. Okay.
You
Never mind.
remember
All
when
right.
John got shot a bunch with the bullets?
Yeah. I also got stabbed a lot.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
you bled.
I didn't bleed.
You had a normal response to being assaulted.
All right. Well, like, what kind of work do you do for him? Just like this typical bodyguard stuff, or you just hang around New York a lot?
So they're both gonna kind of look at you, gonna look back at each other. Bodyguard work, I think. Look, nobody was entirely sure what happens if you hang out around him long enough. He gives you something to do, and you get some money.
Oh, okay.
Matt, are you writing a puff piece or a hard-hitting journalism thing here?
I'm trying to like figure out more about the whole Lazarus sermon thing because that's still on Jerry's mind. Like it's in the back of his mind. Like other shit's been happening, but that just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to him. That this is so secret. That's what I'm trying to like find out. But I don't think I'm going to find out a lot here.
I mean, if you're asking like exactly what we did, he would occasionally tell us to go find some like lost kid that got away somewhere. Go tell some like shady merchants to not put glass in their food. Occasionally he had us working on security detail for important assignments and projects that he would like to have seen completed. For example, guarding vehicles as they are passing through, well, as we are currently doing, uncharted territory. I believe that's why he selected us for this job, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what he
All
said.
right. If he selected you specifically, you must have known people that have done this before. So before you started working for him, have you ever heard any stories about that time? Like of any expeditions out towards like where the congregation is now, or perhaps even further out west?
No, sir. There have always
Oh.
been scouting missions and things of the like in an attempt to find new areas to acquire scrap and new technology. However, travel for the sake of travel, as we are currently doing, is rather new to me.
Any stories that you might have heard of people that went on those scouting missions? Anything that was out of the ordinary to you?
Nothing good.
Nothing good. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for your time, Veroth. I'm gonna go try and find out some more stuff. And walk
Certainly,
away.
sir.
Thank you.
Hard-hitting journalism.
Hey.
Your viewers
You
will
want me to just,
remember
grab
this.
it? What about the humans? Tell me about them.
Yeah.
I know they're there.
You smack him across the face.
I don't think
I
you
am
would
a
know.
crazy person.
I mean, that's why I
Right.
rolled insight to make sure he was telling the truth, and seems like yes.
Okay. So, are you guys rolling out of the college now?
I would assume so, yeah.
Yep,
I'm
we're well
gonna
stocked,
take
ready
a
to go.
So,
Fucking
The trailer
nap.
that they assembled is roadworthy.
yeah,
right?
in the background as you as that whole interview is going on, you see like a kobold run across frame with a little can of gas, and then it runs back and the tip's on fire, and then Patton's running after him. Then there's kobold covered in the fire extinguisher goop that just kind of falls over slightly in frame, and then another kobold picks him up and pulls him out of frame. And oh look, you guys got a trailer.
Nice.
Kobold trailer. With the D backwards.
Of course.
It's the Kobold Clubhouse.
Yes. Potentially explicitly written as that. So, would you like to continue west?
Nah, let's go back. I'm sick of this.
Let's go.
Alright, cool.
Wonder what Florida's like.
yeah. Let's
Elias has
continue west.
decided that his real calling is being a baker. And me and Specky are going to open up a bakery.
Oh, awesome.
Just going to get a little chef's hat for Specky, and we're going to bake a bunch of bread. It'll be fun.
John wants
See
to
you
come
guys
along.
later.
He's making pizza.
All right. New
Doing a
campaign.
pizzeria thing.
John's Pizzeria. I could see it. Alright,
Patton's,
so
maybe-
Patton's secret passion is actually Broadway performances. So I'm just going to go back to New York and be an actor.
Okay,
John,
so
I'll
we head
start
out
calling
west.
you Papa.
Yeah, we're heading west.
yeah, this bit has gone on long enough. So, I think 3 examples is enough. Next bit. So you guys are moving on out of there, and the first thing that you're going to notice, though, is you're going to have some trouble getting back onto this highway, right?
Okay.
I-40 and everything is a bit thrashed as you're getting into more and more remote areas. You're noticing there's a lot of shipping trucks and things of that nature that are kind of dotting the landscape here, making for very difficult maneuvering through the main highway. So, if you want to get back onto I-40, you're going to have to clear the way a bit, or you could attempt to take some side roads.
I mean,
Question.
what happened
Where
to the way
exactly
we
are
got
we?
off 40?
What?
Well, we got
Where
off
exactly
40
are we?
on one of these ramps, right?
Yes, you're currently at that college right there.
What was the name of that
So,
college again?
the-
It's been a while.
I don't even remember, like Hendrix or something. I think it was Hendrix College. Or no, it was the yeah. Cut here so we can just find the damn
The University of Central Alaska.
of
Arkansas,
Central
rather?
Arkansas. You mean? Yeah,
Yeah. Hold on.
We
Yeah,
are
it was that.
actually in Alaska right now, but yeah.
yeah. University of Central Arkansas.
There we go. We found it. Cool. All right. So, why can't we get back onto 40 the way that we got off of it?
Okay, so if you get back onto it the way you got off of it, as you continue going further north and west, the road is just more damaged, and there's more large shipment trucks and the like blocking the way.
Yeah, we got off at 60, so we'd have to go back, or we'd have to go up to a new through some of the side roads.
Basically, you're getting more into the section of America that is mostly used for commercial shipping and shit, right? So naturally, you're running into a lot more large trucks and the like, and there's also quite a few overpasses, like bridged overpasses that are collapsed, right?
Yeah.
That ain't good.
We could take.
How's 64 looking?
I was gonna say we could take 60.
Highway 64.
60 through this, maybe through this wilderness place. Yeah.
We could, but I mean,
Ah.
64 follows 40, so if we find an on-ramp that doesn't suck, we could always hop back onto 40.
I
That seems
see.
like a good plan.
Okay, so that's what you guys are going to do, and you're not going to go with Elias's idea of going through the woods?
I mean, I'm just
I think
saying.
that's not a good
Elias
idea.
is
Well, there's this whole place. It's called the Wichita National Forest, or the Ouchita, as Elias would pronounce it.
Washita.
Washita.
that. You talk about the Achiwawa Forest? Nah, let's stay
the
at 64.
Achihuahua Forest. Okay.
The Hachimachi
I'm
Forest.
going to protest
that's
that we
enough.
should definitely go through the forest.
I don't think that's
So,
gonna work out very
okay,
well
do
for us.
do the
Um, I'm
Do
just
it
We
in
have a
character.
very large group of cars with us. I don't think it'll be. If 64 is messed up as well, then we'll go ahead and we'll go through the forest. But I
No,
don't want
of
to take
course.
a large group of cars through a forest.
So why don't you do this? Why don't you do this in character?
I am a character.
I'm
I'm
Okay.
just
Sure.
saying that
Can't you tell? 6.5 foot
Yeah,
tall
no.
orc.
if we go to 60, down there's 155, or I believe it passes Nimrod Lake. It could be a good chance to preserve some of our mana preservation gear. There's certainly bound to be, or at least it's highly likely that there's more mana producing plants down this way and less chances of
Counterpoint,
running
Elias,
into a
if you
dead
will.
zone. Yes, John.
How many times we walked through a forest and it's been a good thing for us?
Well, I believe that most of the time that we've been through a forest, the problems have been, not my fault. So I think that going through this forest is a good idea, as long
I'm
as
not saying
everyone
you're going to
listens
cause
to.
any problems. I'm just saying, looks like 64 sticks with 40 for a while at least. So we'll have two
Well,
options if we need another road to take.
Okay, so
60
where exactly are you guys? Are you guys in your truck, like with a map out or something?
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna hear a knock at the window. It is Alonza. She motions to like roll down the window.
I'm going to roll down the window.
I'll roll it down.
We roll down the window then.
We all
All
roll it
windows
down.
have now been rolled down.
Hey, what's the holdup? We're getting a little antsy back here.
Well, I was just making the suggestion that we should take 60 past Nimrod Lake and possibly make some minor expeditions into, I believe this is Ouachita National Forest.
Elias wants to get us all killed.
If everyone would listen to me as opposed to running off and doing whatever it is they want to do, I don't think we'd have any problems.
Well, you see, Elias, I'm conflicted. On one hand,
Jerry,
I really
that
wanna
seems
see
to
you do
happen
more cool
often.
shit.
Oof.
Well, you see, I want to see you do more cool shit with the plant, asshole. But
Do you
On-
do you
on
have
the
a
other
little
hand,
more? Do you
John
have a
has a
more
point.
technical definition for what you'd like to see? The cool shit with the plant doesn't exactly give me much information. I hope you're
okay.
not recording
Zep.
it that way.
I think that makes
Zep,
pretty.
give me my
I think that
glasses.
makes more or less
give me
sense.
my glasses up. I want to show him how I can articulate this.
Okay,
I
excuse me. It's starting to get dark. We don't want to linger here for too long.
Well, listen. All right. So the whole direction we're going, we wanted to stick on I-40, right?
Correct.
Right?
So unless we need to, why should we take this huge detour all the way down there, getting it almost as far away from I-40 as possible?
It's
And also
not
going
exactly.
through a
64 is messed
It's
up.
not a detour. It just goes through the forest, and then we can link back up to I-40 somewhere around Longtown or Bug Tussle.
There's
All
no
right,
way
more
that's
or
a
less.
real town name.
Bug Tussle
All right,
is
40 it is.
literally a
Let's get
town.
going. Let's
Fine.
get going.
Since I can tell no one else is interested in going through the forest, so
I
I'll
am.
make do with
I
some of the
am.
minor lakes around. I'm sorry. Who is?
So this is my thing. It's Alonzo.
Yes.
This forest here. One, if you're looking, we don't have that much in the way, like not that much in the way of good mana producing plants, and some of you and some of us might need a bit more in the way of reserves. You know, like you guys can make potions and stuff, right?
Of course.
Can I roll
That
insight on
forest
that?
has a on who?
on Pat.
Now, here's a serious
Let's
question.
not roll
Would I
against
roll
the party.
Arcana or Bluff? I think both are pretty good responses.
Let's not roll against the party.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I don't trust.
I've
Pat
been to that
say
forest
yes.
before. There's a lot there that we could use.
Is it easily transversible?
What, are you kidding? Of course not.
How dangerous is it?
How dangerous is it?
Well,
Looking down, thinking, looking at her hammer, shrugs.
my
Eh.
thinking was we could take 60 to 28, and then 28 takes a small dip through the forest. Nothing big, not going into the interior. Then we follow 28 up to 71, and then we can take 71 back up to 40, straight through Fort Smith.
Well, Alonzo makes a good point about the mana-producing plants. It couldn't hurt to... I think that's a really good argument here. We should make sure to have as big a surplus of those as possible before it starts getting too sparse, and this might not be the last, reserve that we're going to come by, but
I normally wouldn't say much, but you did just give us a whole lot more mouths to feed, and I do hope you're willing to take on the responsibility. They don't just raise themselves. You've got to remember to feed them.
And
I'll remember to feed them and give them water and attention and all that. Yeah, all that raising stuff, whatever.
And at this point, Jerry's producer glasses have now been functioned into Coke bottle glasses, as he is ready to articulate. And to add into Alonzo's point here, you could also stick your hands in the plant again and... Oh, is it communing with it, Alonzo? Is that what you called it?
What are you, stupid?
Or as this guy wants to call it, influencing the plant's mana direction flow.
What happened to
this
your voice,
way,
Jerry?
turnways, or whatever.
You all right?
Oh, Zep, I don't think I can actually articulate
Alonzo
this.
is going to put her hand on Elias's shoulder and just go, I've misevaluated you, brother. You've had it hard, haven't you?
More than I can articulate.
All right, so I'm going to agree with Alonzo here. Let's go ahead and go to this.
Right.
I'm going to agree with Alonzo's plan to go into this forest.
I'm here to
I
film
want
it.
to further assuage any fears that we might have with a series of bulleted lists. 1.
Oh no! So
We can read 'em on the
as
way.
Elias starts going through his bulleted list, Patton starts driving off, and the camera just pans in front, and then point 17.
Well,
look,
actually,
you
it
guys
was
are
only
getting
going to
close
be
to the
like
forest.
4. It was only going to be like 4 points. Have we gone past Nimrod Lake yet? Because that's where I wanted to check out.
So Nimrod Lake, where exactly is Nimrod Lake?
If you follow 60, so right where we are is the University of Central Arkansas. If you go straight down to 60, after you pass over the Arkansas River, you go through Houston, then there's Perrysville, then Cherry Hill, and Nimrod Lake is way.
Oh no, you are
way
not.
over.
Yeah, that's way over, dude.
Okay, I'm just trying to get a gauge of where we are.
Yeah, right now, we'll get the little montage as you guys are going over. You start driving down 60. You're gonna get over towards the river here. This I believe this is a dam, right?
All right, at the Arkansas River
Yeah,
that goes through Toadsuck Park.
yeah. That's Arkansas. Get your shit together, honestly.
What the fuck, guys?
What is with these names?
Toadsuck Park? You kidding me?
Just not look at the sign. Just go on through. I don't even want to know what goes on in Toadsuck Park.
Okay, but there's also a truck stop called Toadsuck One Stop.
That shit
Why,
gets
though?
wild. Right,
Hold up.
so as you guys are driving along, these roads are going to be very, very sparse in terms of things that you need to clear, and your big cow catcher on the front can do a pretty damn good job of pushing any debris out of the way, but it is pretty slow going. You're mostly going through flat, plains areas, and there really isn't much in the way of buildings and such to loot. If you wanted to, you could stop at the like general store there and see if you could find anything useful, like maybe
I'm
just
gonna
send
take a
the
quick,
kobolds off to get
screen-
some tools.
I'm just going to take a quick screenshot to include in the video of the crossing over the bridge in Toadsuck Park, because it looks pretty cool.
It is.
So that will be linked in the description, right, Tad?
Probably not.
Yeah, definitely.
If it
Look,
isn't,
that's
you know
actually
who to
pretty cool.
blame. Yeah, it sure looks like some brown ass water.
Yeah, it does. But it's a really big bridge. All right, so while we're traveling, basically what I want to be doing for this whole time, and I think this will probably take up the bulk of my time, is I want to be preparing my my entourage here for a major expedition. I lied. A major expedition into the forest. As soon as we get like this is probably like a week, maybe a week or so out, but there's a big portion down here where we duck into 28 and it goes below the Forche Lafave River. There's like a bunch of stuff in there, and I want to have an excuse to go out and check it out.
Okay, so yeah, so Elias is gonna go back into the back there. You guys are gonna hear, like Professor Adelholm.
Yes.
my Manimax doesn't fit. It doesn't fit right. I'm trying to put it on, but it just doesn't fit right.
No, yeah, adjust the straps on the back.
I'm adjusting the straps.
No, the second set of straps, not the first set.
This goes on for a while.
Make sure to adjust the mana straps of your friend before you fix your own.
Hmm.
Oh wait, no, it's
I think
it's
that's
the other way around.
incorrect.
Yeah,
I
they
haven't been on
don't
a
really
plane in a while.
don't really fit on Brandel there.
Pat,
They
it's
don't fit on the
literally the
halfling that
opposite.
well.
Tad, it's literally the opposite in a plane
yeah, it
crash.
No, Patton would agree with me. I think it's you put the other person's on before your own.
Yeah, I like it.
After
I
all,
can
you are a
respect
bird
it.
person with your own mask, so you really don't need it.
Right.
Yeah,
so I'm just gonna have everybody get ready. We want to have containers for samples. We want to have cages, large cages. We want to have everything ready.
So
This is maybe weeks out.
yeah,
but,
as you're
we're
starting
getting
to,
ready.
yeah, it's not going to take as long as you think, actually. So basically, it is fairly slow going, but you guys are getting down there. You probably in about 5 hours or so, you'll pull up on Houston, which doesn't really have much in it either. As you pull through, yeah, it's the interesting thing about this place as opposed to some of the others. One, you can see the train tracks are running right adjacent to you now at this point, and there are signs that the steel drivers have been through here.
Interesting. Wait, so they
But
might
you
have been
don't
through.
see, but you don't see any obvious signs of like a base for them here.
And that's traffic going both ways, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, there aren't any obvious signs of them having a base here, but that doesn't mean that they don't have one. So as you start rolling through there, the other thing that you're going to quickly notice about this spot is it's starting to get a little bit more hilly, and it's like as you're going to start passing through, and the forest is getting a bit denser on both sides, to the point where you're going to have some overhead coverage that the road train is going to have to break through, and it's definitely going to slow down progress.
What would you put our average speed at?
Average speed, maybe 25.
That's at 25 miles an hour.
Yeah. You got to be very careful because anytime you're having to push something out of the way or clear some overhang, it's going to slow you down pretty immensely.
All right. So, I mean, given that speed, I just looked on Google Maps. We should probably reach this the actual start of the national forest by tonight.
Yeah. So
on 28, that is.
On 28, are you going down 28?
Well, yeah. If we're going,
wait, you're going on 60. Where do you go? Where do you switch to 28?
Huh?
Plainview.
Yeah, Plainview.
Okay, yeah, down there.
So, have we gone past Nimrod Lake though?
No. Right now you're, you haven't even gotten to Perrysville yet.
Okay. So everybody else can do stuff.
That's going to be the next. That's going to be the next big stop here. So, as you guys are going down 60, you're eventually going to see a, the forest is going to clear a bit, and you're going to see a fairly large little town here, right? Not really a city. All the buildings are pretty small and squat, and this place is more or less entirely burnt out. The forest has also not fully recovered, it seems. There's just a lot of burnt out buildings, and it seemed like it happened fairly recently compared to some of the other burnt out towns that you've seen. Like, this looks like a wildfire that just came through maybe a couple of years ago, as opposed to everything burning down when the portal hit.
Okay. I was wondering if this was like a knoll attack or something. If this was
That's
something that was already
potentially.
lived in.
Potentially.
And this is Perryville.
Yeah. So,
Just a short
as you guys are
jaunt
coming off...
north from Perryville is Perry. I appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I appreciate that, Arkansas. So, as you guys are going through, it's going to get really slow, right?
Mhm.
And this is when the kobolds kind of shine as you're going on 60 and swapping down there. At any little interesting spot, they're just gonna hop out, or like while you guys are clearing things, they're just gonna hop out and go raiding. Just
Come
come back
shiny
with
stuff.
fistfuls of random electronics and shiny things. You have so many socket wrenches.
We're
Just
I'm gonna
so
start
many.
throwing
make the
them out.
kobolds give me all the hard drives and any like memory devices they might have.
Yeah, those are going to be burnt out.
Fuck.
A lot of them.
If
you
they
can
find
find
any
it-
that aren't.
You find very many country music CDs.
Oh hell
Well,
yeah!
that's something.
John and I are about to rock out.
You also are going to find quite a bit of jewelry, actually. Like semi-precious jewelry, as you guys are passing through some of these, like pawn. Like, there's a big old pawn shop.
Nice. Is there also conveniently if there's not like a fancy old time chest, is there just like a big old cooler that we could start separating some of the loot on into?
Oh,
All the
absolutely.
precious materials in the red cooler.
Absolutely. But
All right. So the stuff that's actually worthwhile jewelry
yeah.
wise, riches, gold, silver, whatever, that'll all go in there. And then I'll have one for useful electronics and then spare parts for things in case we need to fix
Mhm.
parts of the cars as we're driving along. So I
Yep.
got those 3 coolers. And then a 4th one that's just miscellaneous,
How are we doing on food?
which it's full constantly.
wait,
Question.
what?
How are we doing on food?
On food? You're doing pretty
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
We spent a lot of gold on food.
All right,
Food and water and general supplies. We spent like 200 gold, wasn't it, I think? It was a lot.
something like that.
We spent most of our money on food. And whatever.
All right.
There was a lot. We spent like almost all our fucking gold.
I
I'm
am
gonna
going.
hop in with Dr. Robo whenever we leave.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take some of our food reserves and some of our water reserves to make at least 2 days worth of rations packs
Okay.
for everyone in my squad. All right, anybody else doing anything?
Okay.
Keep going.
Yeah, one second. Just give me a second. You're gonna want to cut it here. I need to look up and find something here.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim, every time you sniff, it's always shown up as like a big solid block in the audio since like episode 2. Yep, just like that.
I try and sniff as far away as I can.
I move away from the mic
Or
to
just
breathe in.
I just sniff really slowly. I just sniff
Chocolate
slow.
rain. Put that in the episode.
I'll put you in the episode, motherfucker.
Oh, fuck yeah, buddy.
Ah, man. Cold. I'm a cold boy.
Anyway, so the new PUBG map, I think, is decent. I think it's really, really open, though.
It's better
It's-
designed, but
it's got like no loot.
the loot density is
Yeah,
fucking
that
awful.
too.
Doesn't that kind of make it so whoever drop? So that means that drop zones are pretty much going to be in a lot smaller, because you're not going to drop in the middle of the desert. You're going to drop in the middle of
Yeah.
Yeehaw Cactusville alongside 26 other people.
Well, I've had drops where only like 2 other people come with me. It's on the flight path. What I've been noticing is it's really easy to catch people out, like in so many positions.
Cool boy.
Are there more vehicles in this version of the map? There has to
No.
be.
Not that I've noticed.
Well, then what the fuck happens
And
if you drop
people
down
in
somewhere,
vehicles are
there's no
dying
car?
left and right on that map. What I can tell, a lot of my kills are people in vehicles.
Because you can't cross the desert without a vehicle if everyone just has sight lines.
Exactly.
No, you can. The sight lines are interrupted all the time. There's way more dips.
There's a lot of dips,
Okay.
yeah.
So there's a lot of sand dunes.
But if you're like going up to Los Leones or whatever, there's so many like huge hills and shit. You can be exposed wherever.
When are they going to remove hard scoping from the game?
Hard scoping?
What?
What?
Don't you know about hard scoping?
They don't have hard scoping in Halo, dude. Just get rid of it. Halo's good. Half-Life didn't have hard scoping.
Hard scoping is where you use a sniper rifle scope for
you mean-
longer than the time it takes to just immediately shoot.
You mean ADS?
If you're not quit scoping, you're hard. If you're not quit scoping, you're hard scoping. If you're not quick scoping,
Hard
quit
scoping was a legitimate criticism of people in Call of Duty's peak.
and the Call of Duty fandom, or duties as we call ourselves.
I need you to watch
Call of
this
Duty.
video.
No.
Okay,
Oh, what is it?
this is cool.
Oh no. Alien.
Okay,
I knew
so-
it. I fucking knew it. Okay. Anyway.
here we go. So cut back in.
All right.
So so John,
Me.
right? You're going to notice one of the kobolds there is carrying a small case that looks fairly heavy, and he looks kind of confused and like unsure of what to do, and he's going to run over to you, and he's
Hey there,
gonna
buddy.
gonna hand it up at you, gonna like push it up at you. I wanted to keep it, but I thought you would get mad.
And
Found it
it's
over
like
there. So
it's like a case.
he was running out of the pawn shop there, and what you're going to see is this is going to be a monogrammed case, right? Like a leather case. Looks, roughly revolver sized.
Oh fuck.
You're going to pretty immediately recognize this as some form of gun case.
Yeah, this might have been a pretty dangerous thing for you, little buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and open it immediately.
Okay. So you're going to open it, and you're going to get that whole you're going to get that Pulp Fiction gold glow, right?
What's in the box?
In order to find out what's in the box, you're going to have to donate $2.50 to Patreon.
No. That it's a loot
And
crate.
cut the episode right here.
So, what you're going to see here is you're going to open it up, you're going to see it's going to have like a pure mahogany handle, just beautiful jet black like gunmetal here, shiny as all hell, and you're going to see inscribed on it Colt Single Action 45 Peacemaker.
Oh, this will be
shit.
fine.
So you pick it up here,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And you're gonna start to remember something. This is exactly like all of those movies you love,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
This is like the quintessential cowboy gun here,
I'm a real cowboy now.
Does
right?
it have any bullets, though?
Oh, absolutely. You got a little bandolier there alongside it. This thing would have been very expensive.
I'm wearing that bandolier already.
Yeah. So it's got a couple of speed loaders attached with it, and what this is going to be is a way leader weapon +1.
A what?
So this is going to be a way leader weapon +1. It's a javelin.
Technically.
Javelin, quote unquote. So, if you could go in and try and find that.
Now that is neat.
Alright, I think I got it right here.
Is John going to try and twirl it around?
The
Not
reload
immediately.
time is exhilarating. Revolver John's a lot.
All right, did you find it?
Yeah, I got it
Shut
right
up, Elias.
Okay.
Don't tell me
So,
what to do.
why don't you read him out what this thing does?
here. Hang on, can I not? It's not letting me add it.
You just got to tap a add there.
Yeah, it's grayed out.
Huh. Is buy hit grayed out? You have to click javelin, and then you also have to click way leader weapon.
Mhm.
Way leader weapon +1. Not letting you do it.
No, it's not. Give me
Huh.
1 second. Okay, yeah.
You get
There
it?
we go. Everything's fine now. So,
So what's it do?
waylaid weapon +1. I have a utility power, encounter, teleportation. The move action and the requirement, I must have hit an enemy with this weapon during this turn, and the effect, close burst 5, 1 or 2 allies in the burst. I teleport each target to the square adjacent to the enemy I hit this turn.
Holy
So
shit.
what this is, flavor speaking, of course, is going to be the quick draw shoot at their feet, right? Keep them
you
pinned
just
down,
fan the hammer,
and then
and that allows my
fan the
allies
hammer.
time to move up on them.
just to completely pin them down and flank them, right? This thing that the hammer on it is buttery smooth as you start doing some of those little tricks that you had been seeing, quick drawing it, fanning the hammer, doing all of that stuff as you're trying to get this to work just how you want it.
So I'm spending the rest of this trip with this gun, just messing with it.
Yes.
Who cares about the forest? I have a gun.
So, yeah, it of course comes with a very nice little holster there, right? And the holster can look like whatever you want it to look like. It's your holster.
And I imagine just a pretty plain leather holster.
Yeah, you can get a nicer one as you're going, but John was definitely needing a nice cowboy gun.
Know it.
Right. So, John is going to be spending the rest of probably forever spinning a pistol. Just basically becoming Orc Clint Eastwood entirely.
Alright, so I do that.
So just regular Clint Eastwood.
Yes.
Everybody knows he was an orc.
It's true.
He was a half orc.
It's true.
Called him Clork Eastwood in college.
There's also a donut shop.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh hell yeah! I'm
Yeah,
going to the
John,
donut shop.
you buy that kobold who found that gun a donut. You go
I
in
don't
there.
think they're good anymore.
Yeah,
Elias, I
And
thought you were
Krispy
going to have
Kremes
nothing
are
to do
still
with these
good.
kobolds. You keep your dumb mouth shut.
I'm gonna be a baker and
You don't
bake
even
that
care about these
kobold a
kobolds.
fucking donut.
But when you do, I'll thank you for it.
Yeah. So,
Anything else of interest here?
I don't know. Is there?
We're in Perryville, right?
Yep. Anything that
No,
you
so-
want to go check out, you could.
Note to all listeners from Perryville: your town sucks. Nothing here.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, they got a Porter Steakhouse.
They got an elementary school and a high school, but apparently nobody goes to middle school.
It's probably combined. Actually.
So, I mean,
Pizza Pro.
if there's anything kind of at the general stores there, pawn shop for... Because we have a good amount of, pots and stuff like that.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
there's any other stuff that we need to take care of plants, we'll go ahead and I guess we'll take a look there and see if they can find anything related to that there.
Yeah, you could find
Just
a
so we can have
couple
some
of
extra stuff.
clay pots if you really
clay
wanted them.
pots. Is there any of that good vitamin enriched dirt?
Fertilizer.
probably some
Actually,
dirt.
yeah.
I'm gonna go look over for a bank or something. that
definitely.
has, security cameras.
Sure, he's gonna rob a bank.
So, yeah,
I could see Jerry doing that. Put the money in the bag.
yeah, there is one,
climbs
but
over
it's
the counter.
it's burnt the hell down though. So,
Okay, so no servers still standing or anything.
no.
Right in the
Basically,
middle of
everything.
fucking Arkansas.
Right. The things that you can find that are things that would have survived a fire, right?
Okay, so pretty much nothing for me here. Then that's fine. I'm gonna go chill with
Okay.
Dr. Robo.
Alrighty. So, you guys are going to keep on moving down here, and it's starting to get a little bit dark as you're starting to, just go through these long stretches of basically nothing.
Yeah.
Thanks, America.
All right, where are we at?
And it's starting to get dark by the time you are beginning to pull up towards Nimrod.
Lake Nimrod.
You mean the city of Nimrod, which is just a church and nothing else?
There is one church here and nothing else.
Sounds
Like
fine
there's
to me.
maybe some people's houses, maybe
How's that church looking?
burnt.
All right.
Like, that's the thing, is that, odds are if you're going to find a building out here, it's gonna be burnt down. Like, when you take into account what people are likely to just have been doing on any regular day, right? When all humans just instantaneously die, basically.
They were having a Sunday breakfast there. They were having the annual Nimrod pancake cook-off.
Yeah, anything like that is happening. If somebody's got like a pot of coffee on, and then you get like a burner or something, it just goes over, boom, fire.
Yeah.
You've got to shorten the electricity because nobody turns anything off, boom, fire. You got a wildfire, boom, fire. There's a lot of fire. So, anybody who wants to, as you are driving on by some of these areas, can give me a perception check. Perception or nature.
Good. That's good. Hold on, let me roll that.
I'll do perception. I roll
20 in total.
Nature.
20 in total?
Nature.
I got a 24 in perception.
20 in total.
20 in total?
In nature, yeah.
Who got 24?
Me.
All right. So what Patton is going to notice here is, as you're driving along, you're going to see some deer in the road in front of you. Like, not that you're about to hit or anything, but they run across the road. You see them. They kind of stop a little bit, like meander, and then dash across back again. And it seems like they're just doing that, like they're running in circles.
Oh,
just back and forth across the street in front of us.
Yeah, but on like a 20-second
switch on over to
delay.
heat vision.
Okay. So if you swap on over to heat vision, give me another perception check. Now that you're looking for something in particular.
21.
21?
Yep.
Okay, so on a 21 with your heat vision, what you are going to see is in the woods, in sort of like a stalking formation, you're going to see these cougar-sized animals that seem to be stalking these things.
Cougar-sized or cougar-shaped?
That seem to be stalking the deer.
Cougar-sized and cougar-shaped. Probably just a cougar. Probably.
How many cougars are there?
Looks like about 3. But
And
they're
that's the start of the H1 series.
they're completely stationary, and this deer is just running in circles between all of the points, and the things aren't moving.
All right, guys, let's hold up. I feel something's gonna go down here.
Could I roll?
How far
Arcana?
away is the deer from us?
At this point, if you're going to slow down, it's about like 100 meters out.
In front or behind us?
All right.
In front.
I'm gonna ask Elias if this is this normal deer behavior,
I'm gonna take a look out the window,
and I'll let him know.
No,
Yeah, I'll let him know about the cougars.
No, it's not normal.
Could I check Arcana to see if they're under a spell or something?
Sure.
All right, so I got an 11, I believe in that. It's been a while since a 10. Okay.
Yes.
That's a 28.
On a 28?
Yep.
Okay. So you won't be able to tell if you just like stay completely in the car just by looking. You're going to have it to, at minimum, roll down the window. But you can just like poke your head out real quick.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay. So you poke your head out real quick and you notice it rather immediately, those are not cougars.
Oh,
Star
no.
they.
Home star they.
Giron is not going to know. He wouldn't know, but what you're going to see is, magically speaking, this deer is under an illusion of some sort. It is seeing things that are not there, and these creatures are not moving in the slightest. So, as you guys are going to keep watching, this thing is going to dash across the road about 3 or 4 more times until eventually it is going to jump up onto the road, skid, and fall. And it looks like it's injured itself a bit. And at that point, it vanishes. It vanishes, and you just see a leg left on the road.
severed and bleeding, or what?
Severed, clean. Elias, roll me some nature.
Yeah,
What
that
the fuck
sounds
kind
about
of
right.
cougars are these?
That will be a 28.
28.
Yeah.
So on a 28 displacer beast.
I really don't like that.
Oh, good.
However, that doesn't make sense. They don't use illusions on things necessarily. They bend light to make themselves appear in places where they aren't, which is why they still show up as stationary on Patton's heat sensors. The light is literally being bent, so they can trick Patton's sensors. However,
Good.
that shouldn't necessarily account for this thing's erratic behavior. There's something else going on here too.
All right, Displacer Beast.
So, is it possible that those three? Could it be that there's one splitting it into three, or are there definitely three here?
Distinct possibility. You
All right.
don't really know. This is going to be
Okay.
Elias and Alonso's field of expertise.
Here's what I'm going to do.
What you know about displacer beasts? They're
Okay.
large, relatively cat-sized. They got some back tendrils that they use to grab a hold of and flay prey. And they don't exactly play by the rules.
Yeah, they're like teleporting all over the place, going invisible, hunting.
Well, they don't
things.
teleport. They don't actually teleport. That's a misconception that Elias would be aware of. They themselves don't teleport. They bend light to make it appear that they're in places where they aren't. So they can't actually teleport. They can just look like they're teleporting.
Right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Specky hop up on my shoulder.
Mhm.
I'm going to tell them to slow down and actually stop the car. Stop the send the signal to stop, because we don't want to run into one of these things.
Right.
And there's definitely something going on. And I want Specky to produce a big old ball of spores.
Okay.
Good boy.
And I'm gonna chuck that ball of spores out into the road. Can I throw it that far to kind of like
Sure.
splash all over the street? All right.
Sure.
Why?
All right, I wanna
why
do
you
that.
Keep spreading spores.
Because I'm going to have Jerry do a thing here.
Mhm.
What I want
Alright.
Jerry to do is I want Jerry to light the spore cloud
All right, I can
magically as it spreads out to cover the road.
do that. All right, sort of like snap my fingers, and they're gonna ignite.
I want to clear
Okay.
what the mana in the area real quick.
Okay. So
Make a temporary dead zone.
give me. So this is going to be a little joint check here. So first up, give me a nature check from Elias, and then an arcana check from Giron. Because you're not
that'll-
trying to. You're trying to do something very specific here.
Yeah. That'll be 20.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
What did Giron get?
Oh, okay. Hold on. That's a 17.
So 20 and a 17. Okay. So Elias is going to chuck this ball of spores out into the road, and then Giron is going to snap his fingers to try and ignite it, and you're going to see a point about 40 feet in front of the ball of spores catch on fire on the road, like cause a big scorch mark.
Shit.
Everybody roll me a perception check.
Okay. 30.
14.
Pat got a 16.
I got a
30,
30.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
So on a 30, what Elias is going to realize, how exactly did you throw that? Were you just leaning out the window?
Yeah, the cars come to a stop, so I leaned out the window, picked a point in the middle of the road, and tossed it as hard as I could to try and break it on the road.
Okay, so on a 30, you guys are going to see, Elias, what you're going to notice is you're looking out,
Mhm.
and you're going to realize, oh, this entire area is under an illusion of some sort.
Right, the whole place is being bent, is what I figured.
Yeah. So you're going to like stick out your arm a bit, and your arm is going to feel strangely long. And then out of the corner of your eye, you're going to see one of these things just sprint at you, and you're going to have to duck back into the car as you guys see one of these things slam into the side of the truck, just barely grazing Elias's hair.
I'm going to close the door. I'm going to roll up the window, and
So when you roll up the window and you like re-enclose the area, right?
Yeah.
You're going to feel that illusion dissipate a bit, and everything is going to like the outside world is going to look a bit more clear and less distorted.
Mhm.
It seems like once you're in this completely contained environment, the illusion can't really reach you.
I'm going to tell everybody to get mana masks set up and John to get his pistol ready.
No, you think we'll be good driving in these conditions?
Absolutely not. No, we can't keep driving through here. If they bend this thing off if they bend the light and push us off the road, we run the risk of flipping this thing.
And that would be terrible, flipping the truck.
Hang on,
Yes,
let
it
me
would.
roll a little percentage. Let me roll a percentage dice here real quick. Nice. I like that.
Percentage
Continue.
dice for what? No, fuck off.
I don't like that.
Continue.
Right. Interns, students, you guys stay in here. Don't move. Don't open windows. Keep your mana masks on, just in case. Specky backpack mode. And Jerry, Patton, John, we should take care of this.
This seems dangerous.
Yes, John, it does seem dangerous. I thought you'd be excited.
40.
So we're just going to kind of go out the front, just open up one of the driver's side door, all get out real quick.
Everyone needs to seal.
Okay, so
Everything
what you're
needs to
going
be
to
sealed.
see, what you guys are going to see here is, you're going to, while you're doing this, who rolled the lowest on perception?
Probably.
I had a 14.
John rolled an
On
11.
the most recent perception?
John rolled.
On the most recent perception,
Yeah.
I got a 16. I rolled a 5, but
Okay, so John, so out the window while you're, loading your gun here, John is going to see, you're going to see Dr. Robo is, like, walking up to your car, like, kind of looking concerned.
I'm going to radio
She's outside,
Dr.
though.
Robo.
Okay, so you radio Dr. Robo, right?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Hey, you
What's the
outside our
holdup
truck
up
right
there?
now?
No.
You know, I'm thinking you ain't because you ain't talking to me. I'm seeing you outside our truck, though. Just make sure everyone stays where they are. We'll take care of this.
Yes, John. I was
What's
just
going on
to-
out there?
Don't worry
Wait.
about it. Just stay where you are.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Wait.
I'm gonna grab the radio
Why are
from
you
John
get-
real quick, if I can. Can I do that?
Yeah,
Or lean
yeah,
into
sure.
it.
No. It's all
Robo,
yours.
they're displacer beasts. Seal up everything. Don't let mana in or out. And stay in the car, please.
You're gonna hear the door opening and closing as I get out of that car.
Did Jerry just
Okay.
step out of the car? Really? Did you really?
I think he did. So, Jiron, what you're going to see as you
You know that meme
as you step out of
with
here?
the guy who blinks? You know the excuse me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the face that I'm making right now.
So, what you're going to see here, Jiron, as you turn back, is you're going to hear on the radio. Okay, so do you want us to join you out there? Because I see looks like you guys are gearing up to do something here.
Yeah, get your
I'm
gear
still-
on.
No, I'm still in the cab. I'm gonna radio back. No, stay in the car. We're gonna grab Jerry. Everyone needs to. Oh God, I don't remember this. There's a procedure for this sort of thing. We need particular call signs that only we would know. If anything,
well, a
if you-
displacer beast can't
Raoul,
mimic speech, right?
Doc, Phantom.
John, why are you John, I thought you told me to stay in the car. John? And you're going to hear the radio go off as you're going to see Jiron is going to see the door to Dr. Robo's car fly off the hinges.
all right,
That's fine.
suit up.
And then
We
the
have to go.
radio's going to cut.
Suit up. We have to go.
All right.
Masks on.
Okay, we going? I'm going.
Yes. Open
Okay,
the
we
doors.
Open the doors.
Jerry.
Okay.
Thanks, Jerry.
So, Jiron, since you're the first person to have stepped out here, roll me, let's say, actually...
A death saving throw.
No, 1 second. Here, let me just, does a 25 hit your AC?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay, 10 damage.
Okay. All right.
As Giron is going to see that thing get ripped off of the hinges, and you guys are going to see Giron get just flung into the street behind you guys, and you see a pretty big gash on his chest.
All right. I assume we're rolling initiative now, or?
No.
Oh, okay. Right. So I want to roll nature.
Oh wait, hold up.
What?
I gotta do my thing then. Infernal Wrath.
It's
Okay.
not combat.
Sure.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, this is not combat yet.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. But, so, Giron, you're going to get the wind knocked out of you, and you're on your back in the street here, as you're going to hear a scream from behind you, as you're going to see Dr. Robo running off into the woods.
All right. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to have Specky make a bunch of spore balls.
Roll me insight on that, by the way.
Oh, me?
On
Okay.
Dr.
Yeah.
Robo. Who's rolling insight?
Yeah.
I got a 14.
14? Yeah, Dr. Robo is running from something.
I'm gonna look and see what she's running from if I can.
You can't see it.
All right. Well, what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to use my own illusion within the illusion to hide myself from the displacer beast.
Makes sense. Give me an Arcana check.
All right. That's Jesus Christ, 16.
16? Okay, so
You're
what are
killing
the
me,
rest of you guys
Smalls.
doing?
What?
You can, if you listen very closely, you can actually hear the Aztec death whistle.
Okay, so this one's gonna miss you, but you're going to see you guys are going to see basically Giron took the role of first guy to step outside in a horror movie.
Yeah.
So you guys are all going to see him get flung back, scramble back onto his back, attempt to hide himself, right?
Mhm.
And then another one of these things is just going to whip by him, just barely missing. Elias can keep track of them more or less. You can't really see them. You've got to see, like, if you
No, I can
see their
see where they
actual
aren't.
location. Yeah. If you see their body just standing somewhere or moving around, that's not where they are.
Right. So here's what I'm going to do.
But you can see one make a pass over him, and now you see that they're standing kind of in a triangular pattern around him, waiting.
Right. So here's what I'm going to do. I assume I'm going to need to roll nature for this, but what I want to do is I want to
Sure.
have Specky make. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of us, right? Correct.
Yes.
4. I want to have Specky make 4 spore balls, but I want them to be not super more like a paste.
Okay.
So as far as fruiting bodies go, more like a slime mold.
Sure.
I assume Specky's capable of doing something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to roll nature for that. All right, that's a 26.
26?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, you guys are all going to get tagged with some fungal paste.
I like that I didn't actually say that that's what I was going to do with them, but you know exactly what I'm going to do with them.
I mean, what else would you
Yeah.
do?
You're
with it?
using them. You're using them to mark people so that they
So we
can't be
don't hit each
replicated by
other.
the illusion. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. So Specky is going to throw one onto Giron. It's going to land kind of on his face, knocking him back onto the ground. Specky is not a very good aim.
Don't wipe that off.
Okay.
He's gonna spit one over at John, which is gonna hit on his right arm. He's going to spit one at Patton, which is going to hit on his left leg.
And I'll
He's going to
take
spit
mine,
one on you.
and I'm going to take mine and spread it on my cheeks like war paint.
Okay, so you got war paint,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna spit one at John again, and it's going to hit his left leg.
Wait, what?
You cut out there.
Yeah, you cut out.
It didn't cut out on my recording, but he's going to spit one at John again, and it's going to hit his left leg.
You cut out every time. I don't know what you're saying.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it cut out right as before. So he's got it on his right
Motherfucker.
arm, and what else?
This is all here on the recording. This is infuriating. This is just Discord's fault. This isn't my audio's fault. This is Discord.
But you cut out
Hey,
though.
that's your fault for
It's your
pumping
fault.
audition through there.
It's your fault.
Right. So, you're going to...
I only wanted Specky to make 4, though.
Right. So exactly how did you tell Specky to do this, by the way?
I wanted Specky to make 4 balls, and I was going to be the one to throw them. If that was...
I see.
Yes, because I know where you're going with this.
Right. So...
Don't try and fucking trick me, dude. You think I don't know where you...
I have a vague idea as to where you're going with this. I wish I was playing D&D on the same level as you guys.
This is going to be cut. So that all just gets cut. Then that's obnoxious. So you hit one. You hit John with one, right?
Yeah.
And then roll me here. Why don't you roll me insight?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You think I don't know, but I know. I know where you're going. That'll be a 22. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 22.
Okay. So on a 22, you throw one on yourself, and then you turn to your left, and you go, oh yeah, one more for John. And then you go, wait.
No.
And you see John in front of you.
And he's already marked.
Yes. This John isn't, though.
4 lines. No more. I know what we're doing here. Okay. And so I see that, John, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna look at that, John.
He's gonna kind of look at you like impatiently. He's just gonna say, "Come on, we ain't got all day."
That's way too good of an accent to be the real John.
They can mimic sounds
No,
too.
They?
Oh,
No. They? What do you mean they? You think there's 3 displacer beasts here? You're wrong. There's one thing here that may or may not be controlling 3 displacer beasts. This is way too high level for it to be 3 displacer beasts. And yeah, this is some skinwalker bullshit. Stop fucking with me with skinwalkers. I'm ready for skinwalkers, okay? In character.
I am not.
What in character, here's what I'm gonna do. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've counted off. I'm gonna call for a count. I'm gonna say Jerry, sound off.
1.
Pat,
I don't know what
He
you're
just
trying to
slaps
say.
his microphone to say 1.
Well, no, I had it muted because I was sniffing really hard.
Patton, sound off.
That's me.
John, sound off.
That's me.
All right, hold on. I'm trying to think of a way to do
Am
this.
I hearing this or seeing this at all?
No.
Elias, you alright over there, buddy?
I'm trying to think of a way to do this in character that would make sense for Elias and not for me. So give me 1 second here.
I wish I knew what was going on.
You're trying to figure out which John's the real John. Right?
No,
But I
I
don't
know
know
which
that.
John's the
Or-
real John.
I
I'm
mean-
trying to make it clear to
Yeah, I mean-
everyone which John's the real John. Elias knows too because Elias rolled decent insight to know which one's the real one. But
What's John's favorite Bible verse?
that's not gonna
That's not
be
been
enough.
established.
Is it? Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess if this is some crazy thing that just knows Bible verses or can read our minds, then we're kind of fucked.
No, it can't read our minds, but it can read mannerisms, and it's been watching us and listening. So that's the thing. It can mimic voices because John already talked.
Whoops.
But
Can it
that's
spin
not your
revolvers?
fault.
Oh, we've all spoken now too.
No, I haven't.
Well, yes,
oh,
you
yeah,
just
actually,
did.
I have at this point. I just did.
Yeah, that's good though.
Never mind.
All right. Let me think. Elias in this situation. Got Skinwalker, Bending Light. We've already marked everybody. I know. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tell Specky to go to extend a tendril to the John that I marked.
Mhm.
And I want Specky to extend a tendril to everyone that's been marked, but stay on my back.
Okay. So Specky is going to extend a tendril to all of you guys, right?
And what I'm
You're all
gonna
going to
do?
be connected, but then you also see Specky is starting to extend a tendril out in a direction that you do not understand, just kind of out into nowhere.
Yeah. All right. So they're mimicking a lot of stuff now. So what I'm going to do is before that tendril gets back, I'm going to grab it with one hand. And what I want to do is I want to send out from myself a singular a mana pulse, like 1-2 to everyone. Can I do that?
No.
I can't control my mana like that.
No. You can't use your mana to make Morse code.
No, I'm not doing Morse code. Just
I know,
a
but
pulse.
No.
If you could
That
do a
is not
pulse, you
a-
could probably do Morse code.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Fine.
You can't just use mana as computer.
I wasn't making a computer. I was just trying to make it so that everybody knew that we're connected.
Yeah. No.
Fine. Okay, so everyone's connected. I'm just gonna grab that extra tendril and tell John I'm gonna run over to John, and I'm gonna grab his hand, and I'm gonna grab his hand and guide him to point the pistol at the other John. Like,
What's going on here?
John, don't pay attention to what you're looking at. Just follow my hand, my line of sight, and you see that other John there. I want you to shoot him.
There isn't another John there.
It's gone now.
No, he just can't see it.
Well,
No,
I'm
you
sure
can't-
I can
all
take
right.
it, and I do whatever Elias says.
Right, so I'm gonna guide
Okay.
his hand up to where I see the John, and I'm gonna tell him to pull the trigger.
I shoot
Okay,
myself.
are you going to do that?
Why not?
Okay. So, roll me an attack roll. Just basic range attack with that new gun that you got there.
All right, it's a 19 on the die.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's gonna hit.
That hits.
Now,
Who do I shoot?
unless
Yeah.
you're being a
What happened?
huge douchebag here, this should work. There's only one way for him to be a huge douchebag here, and it would be such a huge douchebag thing to do. I really hope you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
You did it, didn't you? We'll see. What happens? Tell me what
Here we go.
happens. We'll see how much of a douchebag you're being.
Okay.
You want damage too?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
7.
7 total? Wait, how is it that low?
That's what,
Oh, it's just
that's what it's saying on my
1d6
shoe.
plus
On my sheet,
Okay,
yeah, 1d6
It's just a
1d6
basic
plus
attack.
plus
a bu-
5 for range attacks.
Okay, yeah, so you didn't roll particularly high. So,
I got
yeah,
a 2.
7 damage. So, what John is going to see, right?
Mhm.
So, John, here, let me just roll something real quick. What's your will?
Yeah,
16.
I know it.
16? Okay, good. Okay, so what you're going to see is Elias is going to grab your arm and tell you to shoot the other John, right? And you're going to hold out your arm, aim it towards the woods, pull the trigger, and you're going to hear Dr. Robo scream
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Fuck.
and
What
just
happened?
just shriek in pain. She's off in the woods there. You hit her.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You missed and you hit her.
No, you didn't.
No, he did. No, you did. You missed and you hit her.
This is
She's howling in
bullshit.
pain. She's yelling for help.
Don't, John. I don't know what you're hearing right now. I assume I can just see a look
I'm
of
hearing
shock
Dr.
on his
Robo
face.
screaming.
Yeah.
John,
That ain't
I
good.
need you
that ain't supposed to
to
happen.
be calm. And what do I
She's
see?
screaming for help.
Yeah, what do I see?
What do you
though?
see? You see John's pupils dilate.
What do I see when I look where he shot?
Nothing.
And I don't hear any screaming?
No.
John, I need you to stay calm. Whatever you're hearing.
Stay calm. We're going to help Dr. Robo.
Yeah, if you're hearing Dr. Robo screaming,
You
it's
just
not Dr. Robo.
shot her. No,
Stop.
she is howling in pain. She sounds like she's gonna die.
We gotta go.
Oh, no, John. I
That
need
sounds
you to
really
stop.
bad.
I need you to slow down. What just happened? I can't see Dr. Robo. We're all connected. You've
Well, I
got
can't
the
see
mark.
her either. She's off in the woods. I think we
These-
just shot her. We really gotta go.
These things aren't real. What's going on isn't real. You're being tricked. I need you to stay calm. What I need you to do is I need you to lower your pistol. I need you to put it in a holster. And I need you to stay right next to me, and we're gonna go walk slow.
You can see.
Well, how do I know you're
You
not
can
real?
see the.
Because I've got the mark.
Thank you. You
I've
can
got
see.
this
You
mar-
can
I've
see
got this specky
in the
mark.
woods, right? John. So John,
Yep.
in the woods, right? You see Dr. Robo stand up. She's gripping her stomach, just screaming in pain, and then you see her just get sideswiped by something and get dragged off into the woods screaming.
Fuck, well, I guess she's
And I don't see any of this, correct?
Yeah. No, none of this.
Of course.
So she is shouting for help. You could go save her.
Oh, I don't know
John,
where
I
the
need
road
you to
is.
calm down.
I can't walk anywhere. We gotta go then. What are we gonna do?
John, I need you to slow down. What we're gonna do is we're gonna stay together. We're gonna take small steps, you and me together. Look,
Okay,
you got the,
let me
you
ask
got the
let me
specky
ask
mark.
a legitimate question, right? Let me ask a legitimate question to John, right? You see somebody get dragged off into the woods after you've shot them. What would John do?
I mean, do I understand how light works?
No.
I know that. No.
They passed your they hit your will. You are 100. Have
Oh,
you ever
okay.
been in a dream Have you ever been in a dream and you've been in that state where what you're seeing does not necessarily make sense, but it's completely real to you?
Oh yeah, no, I
Right?
assumed I could.
You're
kind
on
of
dream
believe
logic
Elias.
right now.
So okay, well in that case,
You're on
John would
dream
probably run
logic.
off. See, I assumed that the whole, we don't know where the road is, they're invisible thing. No, it doesn't matter
Yeah.
anymore.
No, you would still understand that, but you're 100% convinced that just happened.
Then yeah, John would run off after us, so we do that.
No, John, I need you to stop. Slow down. Take
He's
a deep
sprinting
breath.
into the woods.
Is there any way that I can physically stop him?
No.
All right, okay, what I'm gonna do, he's still marked, right?
Yeah, he's marked.
I'm gonna tell Specky to hit him with a rock real quick and have it sink onto him, like a fungus covered rock.
Okay. You can
'Cause
do
he's
that
gonna
pretty
run
easily, but
Yeah.
so right here, we're gonna transfer into a skills challenge, and the name of the game is figure out how to get everybody back here.
Shit.
Oh,
Shit's
boy.
about to get weird.
I think that'll do it for this episode. Then we'll cut it right before the
Yeah.
skills challenge. Oh man, I can't believe next time on Revival. Well, guess John's gone forever.
Yeah, pretty much.
Next time on Revival, it's all Jerry's fault. Again.
I mean, this was entirely your fault.
Hey, who said, hey, Jerry, John, Patton, we gotta take care of this? I was being proactive.
You
was being a
opened
team
the
Man,
door
like
before anyone was ready. I said, suit up.
You were now
Frankie.
now they're scientists. I don't understand none of that gobbledygook. You said we gotta get out there, but you didn't say nothing about no spacesuit. And then you walked out onto the surface of the moon.
I done magic school bus myself.
You did. You straight up magic school bus yourself.
So my
Jerry,
name
you
is Tad.
Fuck.
I host Let Me Tell You About on the same areas you can find Revival: YouTube, iTunes, Google Play. You can find the podcast on Twitter at Let Me Tell You PD. You can find the Discord in the description, and you can send mail on into Jerry's show through the websites. There is actually an email link on there, or Let Me Tell You About at gmail.com. That's Let Me Tell You About with 3 T's. Because otherwise, it wouldn't have fitted. It wouldn't have fitted. And I stand by that statement.
Even though it's false.
Shut up, Tim. Why don't you explain to the listeners who you are?
Hi, I'm Tim. I play John. The orc cow where they just ran off into the woods. Yeah, he's dead now. I'm rolling a new character, and you can find me on Discord.
Nice.
My name's
Yeah?
my name's
Uh-huh.
Michael. I play Elias, and I'm herding cats again. Just they're all over the place. Maybe Patton will be okay. Maybe he won't press the retard button. John is excusable.
I didn't do anything. I literally did exactly
No, John
what
didn't
you
do
asked.
anything. John just got his will defense beat.
Yeah. Whoops.
Now, what about Jerry?
Okay, so I think we can all agree this is Jerry's fault and this is Elias' fault. Both of them.
Being in the situation is Elias's fault. Handling the situation is Jiron's fault.
But we can never trust him to do that, so I think we can place the blame squarely on Elias.
And
I'm
Matt.
Michael. You can
I
find
play-
me. No. Shut
Oh.
up, Jerry. I'm Michael. You can find me on Revival. I play Elias.
Rude.
You can find me on Twitch, streaming with Daniel the DM at bro_operatives. We stream tons of video games. Check it out. I'm on Twitter at pulpman69. Check it out. It's terrible. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead, Jerry. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Alright. I'm Matt, and I play Jerry. And you can find me on Twitter at LMTYAMatt. And you can also find me on my new podcast that I just started with our mutual friend Cody called Up, Up, and Away. I got that on SoundCloud right now. I posted the link in the Discord.
Bruh, check
It's that sports
My-
ball.
SoundCloud.
It is 5 out of 5 fire emojis. Please check it out.
My name is Dan. I run this show. You can find me again
Debatable.
on Twitch, as Michael said. You can find me on the Discords. Link in the description box below, unless Tad forgets to put it in there. That's basically it. We'll see you next time as we see if our intrepid adventurers can make it out alive next time on Revival.